For thousands of years, human spirituality developed within specific geographic borders, shaped by the unique constraints of their environments. During the first axial age, civilizations built distinct moral frameworks. In the East, early traditions functioned as internal technologies, perfecting deep mindfulness to mitigate suffering. Concurrently, Western traditions developed frameworks for external action. They focused on the social dimensions of life, engineering systems based around charity, structured community care, and the concept of forgiveness. In the context of pre-modern societies, these separate systems were highly effective. However, because they addressed different dimensions of human development and isolation, they remained localized and incomplete on a global scale. The onset of the modern world introduced a shift toward exclusive humanism. Scientific rationalism and the Enlightenment provided a new, secular lens for understanding the universe, as science redefined public knowledge. Religious authority was pushed into the private sphere. Sociologists call this the fragmentation of the sacred, where once unified systems of meaning broke into disconnected parts. Research into modern sacralization highlights the result, a spiritual vacuum. Modern life provides immense physical and technical data, but leaves individuals without a cohesive framework for processing ultimate meaning. This vacuum hinders our psychological growth. Abraham Maslow identified that the peak of human development is the need for transcendence, the ability to relate holistically to oneself, others, and the cosmos. Scientific progress provides mastery over the physical world, while modern life remains detached from the spiritual technologies that address Maslow's peak developmental need. Philosopher Karl Jaspers suggested we are now entering a second axial period. Jaspers theorized that this era generates a global consciousness, where the national and geographic boundaries that once separated our wisdom traditions have collapsed. We see this in post-secular cosmopolitanization. Religious movements now operate through transnational engagements, influencing global governance and ethical debates independent of traditional state control. Digital networks and global migration have replaced geographic silos, allowing these once separated traditions to interact and influence one another constantly. This interaction has fueled syncretism from below. Everyday people are naturally blending practices from different traditions, prioritizing personal experience over rigid institutional dogmas. Theoretical models like Ken Wilber's integral spirituality provide a framework for organizing this eclectic blending into a coherent system. This model maps Eastern meditative states against Western developmental stages. The resulting matrix tracks mystical depth and psychological maturity in a single grid. Secular humanism provides the bedrock for this synthesis, ensuring combined practices remain grounded in human rights and psychological safety. Modern seekers function as curators, actively selecting and integrating tools from across history to navigate their own developmental path. These concepts are applied daily through an integral life practice. This routine combines diverse religious tools, such as meditation and service, into a unified program for self-development. In an interconnected world, interreligious dialogue becomes a practical necessity for stabilizing global society. High-level cooperation between these traditions is no longer a luxury, but a requirement for a cohesive global community. This process fosters a collaborative network where traditions share their specialized spiritual technologies rather than competing for global monopoly. By aligning Eastern awareness states with Western psychological growth, this blueprint addresses both the interior and exterior requirements for reaching Maslow's peak developmental tier. Transcendence involves relating holistically to oneself, to significant others, to nature, and to the cosmos simultaneously. The sacred and the sacred act as complementary dimensions of a single developmental path. Science and psychology provide the structure, while mindfulness and empathy provide the depth. The future of faith is an open-source global empathy. By utilizing the combined wisdom of our divided past, humanity is finally equipping itself to reach its highest transcendent potential.